Hi, it's Cormac here. I'm going to make a video on EFT, a basic round of EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. I was going to do one, just a very introductory one, but a couple of people have contacted me and asked me to do a video on tapping for grief or loss, which is what we're going to do today. For the purposes of the video, we would be dealing with, say, a granny that died 12 months ago. A granny that you were close to and you were very upset about. Anyone who's done tapping before, there's a lot of people tapping along to YouTube. I advise against tapping along to YouTube because there's 10,000 experts out there on YouTube and they're giving you their words. It's vital when you're doing tapping, it's vital that you're using your words. You're tuning into your subconscious mind. Your words is how your subconscious mind knows you have this problem. There's no point in somebody on YouTube feeding you with their words. Will you get a result? Possibly. Will it be a significant result? Probably not. So I do understand the irony of me telling you from YouTube not to tap with YouTube, but we're here we are. So there's 4 things you need to do and need to know. Number 1, what am I feeling? As in an emotion or a pain. Number 2, where am I feeling it? Is it your stomach? Is it your legs? Doesn't matter, wherever you are feeling it. What do I have to think of to feel it? And number 4 is very important, is you have to give it a number between 0 and 10. 0 being no discomfort at all, and 10 being the most discomfort it has ever been. So that gives you a guideline as to whether you're getting results. You need to know, if you start at a 5, am I at a 4, am I at a 2, am I at an 8? And that's a warning I'm going to give you now. When you start tapping on something like a loss like this, tapping on anything, you can go from a 5 to a 10, like that. That's normal. Just keep tapping and you will get it down. It's normal for it to go up and down and up and down. Sometimes, a lot of the time, it will just keep going down till it's gone, but be aware that it can go up, and keep tapping. Right, don't use my words that I'm going to give you now. This goes back to what I said a while ago about tapping along with YouTube. Replace whatever words I'm using with your words. Unless the words that I'm using resonate with you, then it's perfectly okay to use them. That's important. So here we go. I'm going to show you the tapping points first of all. There's the 2 fingers, eyebrow point, which is just there. So, and each time you're going to be tapping around 7 times. You don't have to count, give or take. Eyebrow point, right at the end of the hair, on the bone. Outside of the eye, which is on the bone here. Under the eye, which is just above the bone here. Under the nose. The chin, which is you're using 2 fingers. These meridian points are tiny that you're hitting. So when you use 2 fingers, you're bound to hit them. A collarbone point, which is here. I use all my fingers because you're bound to hit it. And then the underarm point, which for the ladies is the bra strap point. And most men, I'm sure, know where the bra strap is. Right, before you do your round of tapping, you have to accept yourself despite the problem. The setup is the most important part of it. For many, many reasons that I'm not going to go into today, because this is a very basic tapping video, okay? But you cannot do it without the setup. You do it 3 times. So this is your karate chop point. So at the very start, you'll be going, even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, there's people looking at this video saying there's no way that I'm going to say that I deeply and completely love and accept myself. That's perfectly okay. So for the rest of this video, we're going to use, I accept that I feel this. So even though I have this problem, I accept that I feel this. 3 times. So back to our granny who has just died. Died 12 months ago. You're very close to her. This is how we set it up, right? So number 1, remember we've done the 4. Number 1, what am I feeling? I'm feeling a deep sadness. If that resonates with you, go ahead and use it. If it doesn't, you look inside yourself. You're dealing with your subconscious mind. You want to know how your body knows you have this problem. So what are you feeling? So deep sadness. Number 2, where am I feeling it? I'm feeling it down in my stomach area. Okay. Number 3, what was I thinking about to feel it? So in this case, I was thinking about when they lowered the coffin down into the ground. And number 4, what was the intensity of that feeling? Oh, it was a 5. Okay, so here's our setup. So even though I have this deep sadness in the pit of my stomach, when I think about them lowering down the coffin, Granny's coffin, I accept that I feel this 3 times. Even though I have this deep sadness in the pit of my stomach, when I think about them lowering down the coffin, I accept that I feel this. And one more time, and then you go around. This deep sadness, 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 this deep sadness. You take a deep breath and you relax. Now you revisit the deep sadness. You think back now again to your granny getting lower down into the ground, whichever your problem is. What am I feeling now? I still feel a deep sadness. Is it 5? No, it's a 2. It's gone down. Right. You keep tapping until you get down to 0 or as close to 0 as you can get. When you're thinking about your granny getting lower down into the ground and you say, you know, I don't really feel sad about that anymore. But you still feel a deep sadness when I think about the first time when I seen her in the coffin. Let's go again. Where are you feeling it? Remember your 4 things. What am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? What was I thinking of to feel it? And then give it a number and tap that down. And when you're through with your deep sadness, with grief and loss, there's going to be a lot of emotions there. There might be guilt. There might be guilt that the last words you spoke with your granny on this earth were in anger. So what am I feeling? I'm feeling guilt. Where am I feeling it? Oh, I feel it all through my body. What was I thinking about? I was thinking about, you know, that I didn't spend enough time, or I didn't see her in the hospital, that I had an argument with her. Whatever you're feeling the guilt about, it is, give it a number and tap it down. There will be several emotions. So tap them all down. And then revisit. Tap them all down. Once you have them tapped all down, you're plain sailing. There are a few warnings I want to give you. This can be applied to anything, any emotional trauma, any emotional memories, any disturbing memories, should I say. There's not one person watching this video that can't, like that, think about something they said or did a few years ago that gives you that ooh feeling. That's a perfect place to start if you're doing tapping. Tap on one of those and watch it go away. It's incredibly powerful. If you've done this 3 times and you started, in our case with Granny, going down into the ground and it was a 5. If you've gone around 3 times and it's still a 5, it's not doing that. You need to go back to your setup, which was even revisit the setup and change it. So it will be, what I said it was a deep sadness. Maybe it's not a deep sadness. Maybe find new words for that. Where am I feeling it? Be specific. It's very important you're specific. And the other thing I'll say is give it a colour. Tune into it, say, what am I feeling? Right. And if this feeling had a colour, what would it be? Just say it was blue. So even though I have this blue deep sadness feeling in the pit of my stomach and so on, and then tap around on that, this blue deep sadness, colour speaks directly to your subconscious mind, and colours, they get on great. So you will get a shift then. So that's the thing. The second thing I want to warn you about is all the time, you start tapping with people and they're doing great. They're doing all these points, they're doing it perfect. And then within 4 or 5 rounds of tapping, they're up here and they're over there and they're down here. Try and get as close to it as you can. You're using 2 fingers, they're tiny, but you know, you don't want to be over here or up here. So be specific with that. And then again, your discomfort level may shoot up. It's normal. You're shifting energy, which is blocked emotions. You're shifting and blocked emotions around your body. So you can get an intense, which is great, which means you're doing something. Something is moving, something is changing. So keep tapping until it comes down. So tap it down, tap away. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to be doing a few more videos soon. I was going to do one on anxiety. Again, go back to what I see people on YouTube, this anxiety. Anxiety is a million different things. to 1 million different people. So instead of being this anxiety, you would tune right into your anxiety. I'll do a separate video on it, but what am I feeling? I'm feeling a particularly burning sensation in my solar plexus. And what was I doing to get that feeling? I was thinking about going to work. Right, so even though I have this particularly burning sensation in the pit of my stomach, when I think about going to work, I accept that I feel this, and that will get your anxiety right down. Don't, like I said, stay away from the YouTubes, except my YouTube. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you.